Planning a trip to Cambodia. Before you book your flight or pack your bags, here are the most important things you should know. Cambodia can amaze you from the moment you arrive, but it can also catch first-time travelers off guard. From visa rules and hidden costs to cultural surprises and travel mistakes to avoid, these are the 19 questions most travelers ask before visiting Cambodia.
Cambodia is one of Southeast Asia's most fascinating destinations. It is a place filled with ancient temples, deep cultural heritage, welcoming people, and experiences that stay with you long after you leave. But if it is your first time, it can also feel a little overwhelming at the start. And that is exactly why this guide exists. We are going to answer 19 of the most common questions travelers ask before going to Cambodia. By the end, you will feel more prepared, more confident, and ready to travel with fewer surprises.
So let's start with what you need to know before you even leave home. Do you need a visa for Cambodia?
For most travelers, yes, you will usually need either an e-visa applied for online before arrival, or a visa on arrival available at major airports and many land borders. Always check the latest requirements for your nationality before traveling.
And once that is clear, another big concern for most travelers is safety. Is Cambodia safe for tourists?
In general, yes. Cambodia is considered safe for most travelers, and serious issues are rare. That said, petty theft can happen in busy areas, especially in crowded markets or near traffic. Keep your belongings secure and stay aware of your surroundings, especially when using your phone on the street. A little caution goes a long way.
Now that safety is covered, let us talk about timing, because choosing the right season can shape your whole experience. When is the best time to visit Cambodia?
The dry season from November to April is the most popular time to visit. Expect sunny weather, lower humidity, and easier travel conditions. The rainy season, from May to October, brings fewer crowds, greener landscapes, and often lower prices. Rain showers can be heavy, but they usually do not last all day. Both seasons have their own appeal. It really depends on whether you prefer the easiest travel conditions or a quieter, more lush experience. And speaking of planning ahead, let us talk about money, because this is where many first-time visitors are surprised. What currency should you use?
Cambodia uses both the Cambodian riel and the US dollar, although the local currency is becoming more widely used. US dollars are still accepted almost everywhere, but it is important to make sure your bills are clean and undamaged, as torn or marked notes may be refused. You may receive change in riel for smaller amounts, especially in local shops and markets. It can feel a little unusual at first, but you will get used to it quickly.
Once you understand the currency system, the next question is how to actually pay for things day to day. Should you bring cash or use cards?
Cash is still the most common way to pay in Cambodia. It is especially important for markets, street food, tuk-tuks, and small businesses. Cards are accepted in some hotels, restaurants, and larger shops, but sometimes with extra fees. Most travelers use a mix of cash and ATM withdrawals during the trip.
And once you have payments sorted out, the natural question is how much the trip will actually cost. Is Cambodia expensive?
Cambodia is generally very affordable. Street food is inexpensive, local transportation is cheap, and accommodation ranges from budget hostels to luxury resorts. Even mid-range travel often feels like excellent value compared to many other destinations in Southeast Asia. Now that you have an idea of costs, the next step is getting from the airport to your hotel. How do you get to your hotel from the airport?
If you are flying into Phnom Penh, Techo International Airport is located about 20 to 30 kilometers from the city center. Grab is often the easiest and most reliable option, and that is what we used. There is also an airport express bus if you are looking for a more budget-friendly choice. You may see tuk-tuks available, but because of the longer distance, especially at night, it is usually better to take a Grab taxi.
And once you are settled in, the next question becomes how to move around the country. How do you get around Cambodia?
In cities, tuk-tuks are the most common form of transportation and part of the Cambodia experience. You can also book a tuk-tuk through the Grab app, which helps you know the fare in advance and keeps your journey tracked for added safety. For longer distances, buses and domestic flights connect major destinations like Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. We traveled from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap by bus with Giant Ibis and found it to be a comfortable, reliable, and budget-friendly option. Traveling between cities in Cambodia is generally simple and affordable.
And while transport is easy, many travelers also wonder about safety during everyday rides. Are tuk-tuks safe?
Yes, tuk-tuks are generally safe and are one of the most enjoyable ways to get around. If you are not using an app, confirm the fare before your ride begins. Keep your belongings close and secure, especially in busy traffic or crowded areas.
Now let us move on to something that affects nearly every interaction during your trip. Do people speak English?
In tourist areas, yes, hotels, restaurants, and tour operators usually speak enough English to communicate easily. Outside those areas, communication may be more limited. Learning a few simple Khmer words can make a big difference and is often appreciated by locals. And speaking of daily life, let us talk about something very practical. Is tap water safe to drink?
No. It is best to avoid tap water and stick to bottled or filtered water throughout your trip. In tourist areas, ice is usually safe, especially in busy restaurants, hotels, and cafes, where it is often made from purified water. If you are unsure, it is always okay to ask or skip the ice.
And once the health basics are clear, the next thing travelers often wonder about is what to wear. What should you wear?
Light and breathable clothing is best because Cambodia is hot and humid for much of the year. When visiting temples, modest clothing is required. That means covering your shoulders and knees. Comfortable shoes are also essential, especially if you plan to explore Angkor Wat or spend long days walking.
And once you are dressed for the weather and ready to explore, it helps to know what to watch out for so you can avoid a few common travel mistakes. What scams should you watch for?
Most interactions in Cambodia are honest and welcoming, but as in some other countries, there are reports of common tourist-related scams that travelers should be aware of. These can include inflated tuk-tuk prices, unofficial temple guides offering unwanted services, overpriced souvenirs in tourist areas, and occasional phone snatching in busy streets. Using trusted ride apps, agreeing on prices in advance, and staying aware of your surroundings can help you avoid most problems. And now, let's move on to Cambodia's most iconic and unforgettable highlight. Is Angkor Wat worth it?
Absolutely. It is one of the most breathtaking historical sites in the world, and for many travelers, it becomes the highlight of the entire trip. It certainly was for us. Try to visit early in the morning for cooler temperatures and fewer crowds. And if possible, take your time to explore beyond the main temple, including iconic nearby sites like Angkor Wat, Ta Prohm, and Bayon. Each offers a completely different experience, from grand temple views to ancient trees growing through stone ruins, and the famous smiling faces carved into the towers.
Now that we have covered the biggest highlight, let us talk about how much time you should plan for your trip overall. How many days do you need?
For a more complete experience of Cambodia, around 10 to 14 days is ideal. That gives you enough time to explore major highlights like Siem Reap, Phnom Penh, and even the southern islands without feeling rushed. If you are short on time and focusing only on Angkor Wat and the capital, then at least 7 days is recommended. There is still so much to see in both places, so the more time you have, the better the experience will be.
Anything less, and you may feel like you are only scratching the surface of what Cambodia has to offer. We stayed in Phnom Penh and Siem Reap for an extended period, and we genuinely loved both. Each city has its own unique atmosphere and offers a very different side of Cambodia. Should you visit Phnom Penh or Siem Reap?
If possible, visit both. Siem Reap feels calmer and more cultural, centered around Angkor Wat and a more relaxed pace. Phnom Penh is more urban and offers deeper insight into Cambodia's modern life and complex history. They are very different experiences, and both are absolutely worth your time.
And once your itinerary is set, many travelers begin thinking about whether Cambodia is a good destination for solo travel. Is Cambodia good for solo travelers?
Yes, Cambodia is very popular with solo travelers and backpackers, making it easy to meet other people in hostels, tours, and popular tourist areas. Basic precautions are usually enough to travel safely and comfortably.
And for those traveling with family, there is good news too. Is Cambodia family-friendly?
Yes, especially in major destinations like Siem Reap and Phnom Penh. Families often enjoy the temples and cultural experiences. It is usually best to travel at a relaxed pace because of the heat, especially with younger children.
And finally, one last practical question before you go. Can you use your phone easily?
Yes. Local SIM cards are easy to buy, affordable, and available at airports and shops across the country. You can also use an eSIM if your phone supports it, which allows you to connect immediately after arrival without needing a physical card. Mobile data is generally reliable in cities and most tourist areas, making navigation, communication, and booking transport much easier while traveling.
Cambodia is one of those destinations that stays with you long after you leave. From ancient temples and vibrant cities to welcoming people and unforgettable experiences, it has a way of surprising travelers in the best possible ways. We hope this guide has helped you feel more prepared and more confident for your trip. And now, we would love to hear from you. If you are planning a trip to Cambodia, what are you most curious or nervous about? Or if you have already visited, what surprised you most? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the related video on your screen for more fascinating content. Explore our channel for even more exciting videos. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to GlobeGazette for more incredible stories. Your support means everything to us. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.